Welcome back everyone to another episode of LucidSMP, and this is episode 4, and today I have been grinding, and I am super excited to show you what I've done. And you saw it in the intro, I was going end busting for an incredibly long time looking for those sweet elytras, and I didn't only find one, but I found 6, and I actually gave one away and enchanted it and gave it to someone else on the server because they still needed one. And I have a ton of shulker boxes as well. I'm no longer going to need to spend all of my diamonds just going out and, buying a bunch of shulker boxes. So that is fantastic. That means that I can focus my diamonds on other wares and goods in the shopping district. And speaking of the shopping district, I actually have 60 diamonds to spend from those end busting sessions. So I think I am going to go to the shopping district and see what I can purchase. And the smell of a shopping spree is brewing, and I am going to start here at this beautiful rocket shop. I might just fill up a shulker box because it's always good to have a nice extra box of shulkers in your ender chest, and I don't know how much that's going to set me back. Let's think here. So 27 stacks, and I guess I'll just put one in there so it's nice and easy, and then it would be 26 stacks left. That would be 13 diamonds, which is not bad at all. That's not even setting me back nearly any, I'm going to be honest. So we got to think here. If we take all of these and then go boom, 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 I have no idea how many I just took. Let's fill one up first, and then I suppose pay from there. That is cursed. I don't even know how that happened. Okay, I think I got it right. So I paid 13 over the course of these 2 chests, so I know that it was right, but I'm not too sure if I put the correct amount in each chest. But hey, got out of here with a shulker box of rockets, so I will definitely take that. Whoops, I just realized what I did. I overpaid, actually, because that's why there's an extra 3 in here. I was like, how did that happen? I have no idea how much. I think I need this. Okay, yeah, I definitely had. Maybe not. I'm confused. We'll give him an extra diamond just in case, because I have no idea how much I actually owe. You know what, that'll be okay. I took around 26 stacks, and I paid 14 diamonds, so that should be a little overpay, which is good. And of course, you always need a little bit of totems in your life, so I suppose I shall buy 3 totems, and that should go over. Are they 2 apiece? They're 1 apiece. Sweet. I will buy those 3 right there, and now we are stacked on the totem front. And the next thing that I want is over here, and it is food. 1 stack for 1 diamond, and I'm going to take 4 stacks, I believe, and shall pay 5 diamonds. I'll give him a nice good tip because, tipping is always good, I suppose. You don't always have to pay exactly what it is as long as you pay more. If you pay less, probably not the greatest thing in the world. There we go, 5 diamonds. Beautiful. And the next thing is in Top Cat's pop-up shop, and we already bought beacons here in the past right here, and there are no wither roses, but there are. I do not need saddles because I just went end busting. There are these things, which is pretty enticing, but I'm not too rich yet, so I might not go for that quite yet. However, TNT, I believe, is 1 diamond per stack, and I do want netherrack, so I might just clean out a row and pay 9 diamonds for that. I think that is a beautiful deal in the end, so I shall go like this and take, it's 8 diamonds. I did my math wrong. That's all right. And over here at the piglin shop, I am going to buy soul speed, and it is 5 diamonds per book, and I do not have soul speed on my boots quite yet. I have like everything but soul speed, and I think soul speed is compatible with depth strider, but I suppose if it's not, I'd rather have soul speed than depth strider in the end. And I gotta be careful not to step on that pressure plate because we all know what it does from last episode. Here is your 5 diamonds right there. Is there anything else that I want? Crying obsidian 2. I am going to take 1 stack of leather as well because that is always useful. Leather is literally always useful, so that's a good thing. I suppose we got nether brick, which, nether brick's fine, but I don't think I need any of it. Fire resistance and soul sand. I think I'm good on everything except possibly blackstone. If I ever need to build out a blackstone, I'm definitely going to come here because that is a fantastic price. 1 diamond per 2 stacks. And that wraps up the shopping spree for today. And behind me in my ender chest, I actually, as you saw in there, bought a ton of TNT, and that is for the reason of ancient debris mining. I want to blow up the nether and get myself a little bit of netherite. It should be good because I've been in diamond for a very long time, basically, like more than I probably should be. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself some netherite later in the episode, and it should be good. But in my inventory, you may notice 4 blocks, and that is the block palette that I'm going to decide to go with for the actual paths in the area. I was thinking about this a lot, because I'm not too sure actually what I wanted to do, but I think this looks good. I can kind of spread in these 4 blocks, and it should turn out looking pretty nice in the end. There we go. And it works really well. Like if you just look at this kind of gradient as with the stone next to the house, it looks fantastic. And then of course, like I said, it's going to be on a hill, so it's going to keep going up. And these are all blocks that you can have the stair variant of and slabs. So that means that we can easily add in elevations, and we can also put in ladders and whatnot in places all around. And you also may notice in my ender chest that I have more diamonds than I had at the end of my shopping spree, and that is because I have been making a mine. It is not the prettiest thing in the world right now, and I'm actually going to expand it to make it look more like an actual Greek mine, but it goes all the way down to Y11. I mined in such a weird way. I was actually going for kind of like a circular shape, and it goes down, twists, turns, but it eventually makes it to Y11, where I was mining for a little bit of time. So that's like another project that I might do. So I'm going to add in this, and I'm also planning on actually making some more houses. I just got to make sure not to like cover up this thing right here, because if I end up covering this up, I really don't have much access to my storage system. So I'm going to need to make sure at least there's like a back alley or something that allows me to access this. So I was thinking a little bit about the coastline and also the like walls that I'm going to add around the place, because I am going to need that elevation walls. So I went over here to look for some blocks that might look nice, and I ran across these bones right here, and believe it or not, these are actually like the perfect thing to use for bone blocks. And I did not expect my bones to come in handy like this, but hey, I'm not complaining, because a building block is a building block. And if I craft these up into actual bone blocks, we can come over to the shore and maybe cut this back. I think we're going to need to add some sand like this when we do end up doing it, and then we can just add bone blocks, and the bone blocks like surprisingly look pretty good. Like, whoops, I placed that one completely wrong. There we go. So now we can kind of fly out. We can see what it sort of looks like, and it gives that nice little weathered feel. And obviously I would put like ladders or something so I can actually get up. Otherwise, if I fall in, there's going to be no return. And I'm also going to need a lot more bones, I think. So I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about grabbing those. But for the time being, I'm going to use what I have and use it wisely to make a beautiful little coastline, as well as the inner walls once I get to that point. But that's pretty much all the new building styles that I have decided in between episodes, that stone and the bone blocks, and those two things combined should add quite a bit of character. So yeah, I feel like without further ado, I kind of need to get some progress done here, because we still only have one house. And let's be honest here, one house isn't really the most impressive thing in the world, so I suppose we may as well go into a time lapse and finally start building up this Greek city and see what it's worth. I'm not too sure how much progress I'm going to get done, but whatever it is, I want to make some houses, some paths, and have it form more of a city. So let's go into a time lapse. And a lot of building progress has been done, and I am super excited to show you what I've been up to. it's been a grind, like a real grind, and it looks super, super awesome as you can see behind me. And you can kind of see the look I'm going for starting to shape together, because now we don't only have one house. We have, I believe, 4 is kind of right here. They're kind of stacked on top of each other, but it gives a good look. And I hear a skeleton. Huh, weird. I guess will not worry about it for now. And over here, I built this like wall with a staircase. Staircase may not stay. I might change it for like a ladder or something, but for now, the staircase will sit here. And then the wall looks really nice. I decided to use polished basalt to give it that little gray feel, I suppose, and it works well. I have fallen. Actually, now that I've fallen, it reminded me of the bone blocks, and the bone blocks actually work super, super well. Like when you just look at it, it looks like a really nice clean edge right there. And now if we look at it from the side, you can also see with the elevations in the wall how the hill is going to form. It's just going to keep going up from here. So as the elevations keep getting higher and higher, I believe it'll be like this. So kind of my flight path. So that will be absolutely insane. And then up here, I'm going to terraform like a mountain and put the massive like temples and whatnot that the Greeks had at the top of their cities. But yeah, there's also massive interiors to these places. Obviously not built yet, but there's plenty of area to go. So this one is pretty small because, well, the outside looks small. So of course the inside is going to be small. And I had a lot of trouble. I bet you saw in the time lapse how much trouble I actually had doing this rounded top. I wanted it to go lower on one side so it looks kind of like neat, but it really did not end up working well, so I just went one lower, and since the time lapse I actually lowered the entire thing by 1 as well. And then in the back here, this is this really long house. Like there's a long big one that you can kind of see from the outside here. If I take a step back, it's right there. And I also decided to curve that, and that looks super, super neat that it is curved like that, because when it was flat it wasn't the most interesting thing to look at, and I quite like just the gradual curve that is taking place. And also I believe I did that on the back as well, although that's more covered because this is where the ground's going to be right here once I extend it more over this way and such. That'll look pretty good. But yeah, going back inside, you can also see the third house up there that's just kind of stacked directly on top. I think that's kind of funny. But there's a ton of space to work with, and I have not put a door on there or any windows and such up here. There's definitely going to be a window there. That's like a perfect place for one. And then in back here, as you probably noticed, the ground is up. So I will put the door right here, and that will turn out fantastic, hopefully. And of course, my storage system down in this house is still doing well with all the stuff. And I actually went end busting once more. I know, it's kind of crazy. I'm going end busting a lot, but I need the shulker boxes in here. Look at how many elytras and shulker shells I have. That is absolutely insane. And it was a lot of fun. I went end busting with a few different people, and we got a ton of shulker shells out of it. But that's pretty much all the building I really feel like doing in today's episode. This was a ton of building, and it looks super, super awesome. I'm really liking how it's coming along. And I need to add like slabs right here, so it's more of not such a square kind of uprising right here. And this alleyway, it's kind of weird. Like, it's a little bit janky, not gonna lie, but it does its purpose, and it kind of serves what it's supposed to serve. But that is not the only work that has been done in between the time lapse and now. I actually have been really, really hard at work. Also, is there like I'm missing something's weird with my hair that I'm just noticing? It covers my eye and it makes me look a little bit angry in a way. But as I was saying, in the Nether, I was actually helping out quite a bit on a project that is going to be for the entire server. So I'm going to go head on over there and show you around. So this is what our current Nether Hub is, and it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it certainly suffices for our needs. And as you can see around the rim, people have started building a massive black wall, and it's all black concrete, and it is absolutely insane. And I'm excited to see this all take form. But if we fly sort of up here, I believe, here we are. There's a massive dugout area, and Jazz Jody, I believe, is hard at work flying about right now. But this is the circle. I mean, excluding all of this work, I didn't really do any of the digging actually, but I'm gonna do that here soon to help out a little bit. This is absolutely insane though. Like, seriously, this is unreal and it looks super awesome. But this hole, the bedrock, is what I helped with. Basically, I got rid of most of the top 3-ish layers right here, and that took many hours, but I'm proud of getting it done. It is all looking rather clean down the edge. It was quite the project, but it is super good to get it all done, and it just looks so sick. I've never seen like a bedrock hole that big, and also that was my first time ever doing a bedrock breaking thing. I've never broken bedrock before, so that was certainly an experience as I went from never breaking bedrock to breaking around about, I don't know, how big is the circle, do you think? Because I did 3 layers, so however big this is times 3, minus a few because Jazz, Jody, and a few other people came and helped here and there. It's a lot. Over a couple hundred, I assume. But yeah, this is the startings of the new Nether Hub, and I'm super excited to see how this ends up coming about throughout the next couple of episodes. And it's already starting. It's going to be insane. A lot of black concrete, but I believe they already have all of that. So it's going to be cool. But that is also not the only thing I've done in the Nether. I actually flew around about 1,500-ish blocks this way and found a nice spot to blow up with some TNT. You can see the remnants in my inventory right here, and I got a bunch of ancient debris. Now, I got it all on camera, and I was mining, and it was really cool, but every single clip, I was on the wrong OBS setting, and it was all black, so you couldn't actually see my screen when I was doing it, so I decided to scrap that clip, and I am just going to do the end thing, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to find my tunnels again, because they are very deep underground this way quite a bit, so I'm not even going to go attempt to find my tunnels. I still have the ancient debris, and I need to change it into the netherite ingots. So let's head on back over to the city-state of Syncor, and we shall start smelting up all the ancient debris into what we need. And here is the glorious ancient debris right here in my hand. I got 37, which is more than a half stack, which is way more than I was expecting to get. But it shall be good, because I'll finally get out of this shiny blue armor and into some nice netherite armor. But I first got to fill up some of these furnaces with my little bit of coal and a bit of ancient debris. Alright, and there we go. All of the ancient debris is in its proper place, smelting up into the netherite scraps. And oh my goodness, it feels good to get this netherite scrap. Finally, I can upgrade my armor into the glorious netherite and be strong as some of the other people on the server. However, I'm missing one vital thing, and that is, of course, the smithing table. I need the smithing table so I can actually create this stuff. Perfect. We shall set it right there for now. That is not a permanent place, but for now, it shall do us fine. And there we go, all 37 netherite scraps all right here. And I also need a bunch of gold, and I'm actually missing a little bit of gold. I think 3 ingots. There we go. That should do us just fine. And inside of the crafting grid, I believe this is the crafting recipe right there. And sure enough, we get our netherite ingots, and 9 of them. That is glorious. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, 9 is the perfect amount for a block of netherite. So now, I mean, we can either upgrade our gear, or we can decorate our outside of our house with that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I quite like that there. Shows that this is the main house, and it's kind of proving our wealth on the outside of that structure. But anyway, moving on, I believe the next thing that I want... I'm of course only joking, I need that netherite. Okay, for reals this time, let's actually begin by upgrading this axe. I believe this axe has everything I need on it. It is my weapon, it is my tree cutting thing, and it is about to become netherite. There we have it, our first netherite thing is a netherite axe. That is beautiful right there. And the next thing that I want to do is my trusty silk touch pickaxe. So combine that in there with this, and we get netherite pickaxe. Beautiful. And this shovel I'm going to leave as diamond for now, because that's not the greatest shovel in the world, if I'm being honest. I might have a better shovel in here somewhere. Now, sure enough, a better shovel, but it has fortune on it, and I don't really want fortune, I'm going to be honest. I'd much rather have silk touch, like this one right here. However, I need to get mending on that, and I should... Do I have anything? I have a bunch of books, but no mending. That is certainly strange. However, my helmet, I believe, is going to be the next thing that I upgrade, because my helmet is stacked with everything that I need on it. Combine that into netherite. There we are. The beautiful netherite helmet with the little sideburns. Can you call them sideburns? It's a helmet. I don't know if it's called sideburns. It's definitely not. But like, what would you call that? The hanging down part on the left and right. Who knows? Leave me a comment. The next thing is, of course, my diamond leggings, because you always need your trusty pants to go around. Beautiful. Do we keep these boots? Let's upgrade them to netherite. What's the worst that could happen if we make netherite boots? There we have it. Netherite boots. Ooh, that's actually really cool. I forgot that they did that little curve thing right there. That adds quite a bit of aesthetic appeal right there. And we still have quite a substantial amount of netherite left. What do we even need to do? I suppose my sword. We can do my sword. I don't really carry that around, but I guess it's nice to have netherite. We can do my fortune pickaxe, like so. Fortune pickaxe, and we can do my chest plate. And the chest plate is netherite. Now we can go around with our netherite chest plate. And actually, just on cue, we've got the achievement, cover me in debris, get a full suit of netherite armor. With that, I forgot that that was an achievement, so I guess, there we go. Also, I hear a zombie. Anyone else hear that? Where's that zombie coming from? This way? He's gonna drive me mad if I don't find him. It's in nighttime. I don't think it's nighttime out here. I remember I showed you the mine, and I actually covered it up with this. Could it still be in the mine? Yes, I found him. He is indeed in here. But how? Where'd he spawn? Unless he crawled up, and I also hear another one. But I have no idea where that guy is either. Huh. Oh, there he is. He just appeared out of nowhere. Very nice. Thank you, good sir. Where are they coming from? I am very confused right now. And we actually have one more netherite ingot. And I'm going to put the last netherite scrap in here, just in case I ever need it. But the netherite ingot. Should I? I guess I don't see why not. There we go. Full netherite. We may as well get every single thing netherite. Apart from the hoe. I don't have a hoe. I should make one. And I should also get netherite, because I believe there's an achievement to go along with that. But for now, I should not waste a netherite ingot on a hoe. There we go. We are looking magnificent with this. So I was talking to Jazz earlier, and she wouldn't mind some help over at the Nether Hub that I showed you. So I believe I'm going to go swing my pickaxe from side to side, and it is time to jump into another time lapse of the video and get some more progress done in the nether. So it is time to mine some netherite. Netherite? Netherrack, not ite. And look at all the digging that has taken place. What a time lapse that was. A lot of fun digging all of that out. And progress is ensuing. Look at this place. The ring is starting to come along all around the sides once the chunks load right there. And up here, it is really starting to get mined out. I might do a little bit more later today, but I probably will not do that on camera. But yeah, it's almost done. It's going to be super, super cool when it is finished. So I'm not too sure exactly what the Nether Hub idea is. I'm kind of just going with the flow, and we'll see what happens in the end. It should be a lot of fun seeing this start popping up over the next couple of episodes, slowly but surely, and we are making some rapid progress at the current pace that we are going at. So that's a lot of fun. And back over at our base, I've started to kind of tidy up the interiors of these places and adding, actual areas to walk around, which is always nice. Over here, it nicely loops around to the other side of the house, where it's on the second layer, which is kind of cool in my opinion. as it really suits the house well. And actually, it's way bigger than this as well. I believe if I mine up, let's say right here, and fly up here, there's a whole nother area that we can work with. Not so cleaned up, but hey, for the time being, it does its job. And then if we come up here as well, there is a nice third house up here, which is pretty cool. And this is a weird shaped window, but from the ground I think it looks okay, because I did want a window there, and something will happen with it for sure. But actually, I was thinking, in this massive house right here, whoops, this isn't the massive house. That's the tiniest house, actually. In this massive house right here, I believe that I could probably squeeze a super smelter right down here, but I have no idea exactly how I'm gonna do that, because I mean, it's a diagonal house. Like, that's not gonna be the easiest thing in the world to do. But I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna do it though, because then I can easily just put my fuel like here, put my input there, and then my output will come out somewhere else, and it would just be super nice to add a little bit of functionality into the city-state. Alright, I have a little bit of a start of what I'm planning on building, and I got all of the building materials that I think I'm going to need. I don't exactly know how I'm going to build this, so I just kind of gathered what is probably going to happen. And as you can see, I put my input chest and my fuel chest, and I cleared out a little bit of a hole so I can start my line. And I'm presented with the question, how many furnaces do I want down there? I'm probably thinking I'm not going to need 32. 32 seems a little excessive. I know I got 32 here, but I'm guessing I want either 16 or 8. Which one? Or I could do like 12 or some random number like that. I suppose once we get down there, I guess I can kind of tell how big of the area. But for now, I'm going to plan on making a 16 furnace array, and we shall see what comes of it. Alright, and I dug a little bit of an area over here, and as you can see, it is very obviously cutting into the back of the house a little bit. But that is actually no problem, because if you think about it, this is actually going to be where the top of the land is right there. And when it extends out like so, it shouldn't interfere with that, I don't think. I mean, it's cutting it close, because right here, it is indeed poking out. But I think we should be barely in the clear, but still in the clear, so it should be all good. And boom, 16 furnaces, just like that. And I think this is indeed what I'm going to do, 16. And I think I have it set up right. I don't really know how these things work. I put the input on the top, so then, I mean, it'll go in the input, hopefully. And then the fuel is, if I can get around there, let's fly around, oh, I'm stuck. Okay, nice. Is on the back here, and it should work fine. And then what I'm assuming will happen is when I power this lever, it goes, and then if it unpowers when it comes back, it should stop both of them right there, which is indeed what happens. And I think that's a working kind of thing. However, they all get trapped in here, so that is the last thing. And those are labeled wrong. Give me a second. Okay, much better. They're labeled correctly now. And when you put them in, I believe, what am I thinking here? Okay, not sure how that broke, but I think that hopper is supposed to be right there. And then, oh, the hopper's here. Yep, it must have broke. Interesting. Let's try it again. The hopper stays, right? That would be weird if that hopper broke. I don't know why that would have happened. I must have accidentally broken it. Okay, let's stop the system. And I think that got back enough where it won't kind of interfere with the first one. So it should all evenly spread out and stuff like that. I might run out of hoppers. That's going to be incredibly close. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But what I'm going to do is line these up here. And that should be technically everything done. However, coming down here to grab your stuff is probably not the easiest thing to do in the world. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is make an item elevator and shoot it up somewhere up here. However, where do I want the items to end up? I didn't even think about this. I could do it behind here. However, I do want it nice and centered. This might be a little more difficult than I originally thought. Maybe I can put it kind of right here. That may work. And I actually perfectly have 2 chests to do that. You know what? I'm going to do that. And then I think if I line this up, I should be able, I've got to make sure that there's enough light down here. Do not want creepers spawning in my redstone. That would be terrible. Yeah, I could probably shoot that up. Let's build it. Alright, it took a little bit of reforming the room up here, but I believe it is all working now. I just fit in this nice item elevator, and that is why I needed to remake the room, because there's a torch on this side and that side that make it run. But I think it's all good, and I assume that it works now. I just take it all, goes into this item elevator, goes all the way up there, and it should be functional. Now, before I cover it up, though, I do want to do one small test just to make sure it does indeed work, and then I can easily cover it up from there. However, I do not have coal or something to smelt, so let me go grab that. Alright, input right here, which is our iron ore, and then the fuel on this side, which is our coal. And then it of course goes down. I'm just going to let it fill for a few seconds, which that has now done. And now for the moment of truth, let's hope if we push this lever, they should go across. Yes, the furnaces did indeed light, and now after 8 seconds, they should start going across into this dropper elevator right here. Comes up into the output, and that should be that. Now I just got to hope. And there, we already have our iron. Okay, and it is coming up. That is nice. Super, super slick. And it should work. I'm curious, how backed up is this actually getting? It's getting around 4, 5, 6. So it looks like as I run it, it is a little bit slower. However, I don't think I should ever smelt more than, how much would that be? I mean, 9 stacks of backlog, and then it would just go into here. I think it'll be fine. I'm never going to smelt like shulker box upon shulker box of stuff. I'm obviously going to have to, stop the system, put in some more. But for what I need it for, that works wonders. Awesome, let's fill this back up. And there we go. The whole thing is done. We have our super smelter, and it works fantastically. I'm happy about that. That wasn't even like too bad to do. I mean, there is still a little bit more to do in the back side over here, because clearly I got to do something to cover this up. However, it's not too bad. I can actually, even if I didn't have the land up there, I could easily cover this up with a bunch of sand. However, I do got to make sure, like I said, this cannot spawn creepers in it. That would be a tragedy if that were to happen. But anyway, with that super smelter, we have done so much in today's episode. With, of course, the end busting in the beginning of the episode, and we got all of the end loot down here. We built the city state of Syncore, and now it is coming along. And actually, there's one more idea that I wanted to pitch to you, and that is our portal location. I was thinking, where should I put my portal? And I'm thinking I might do like a boardwalk here and make a ship, like a pretty medieval looking ship, one that would be around in the ancient Greeks, and put a portal on that. That should be pretty cool, and I think it will tie together it nicely, because then when you spawn out of the portal, you come looking straight at the city, looking up on it, and it should be rather awesome. And of course, we did a little bit of the Nether Hub project, and we built the super smelter. But as I was saying, that is where I'm going to end the episodes for today. So thank you everyone so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!